This next performer is beautiful from the inside out. I just met her, but when she came up to me, she opened. Keep it classy, y'all. I was trying to have a heartfelt moment telling you she opened her arms to me with love. Y'all nasty. No, but she came up to me and she just gave me a big old hug and she had a big smile on her face and it was just so nice to know that that kind of energy is the energy that we're bringing in this room tonight, and I'm really excited to have her. Yazmin, are you ready? Yazmin, Monet, Watkins!
So this poem is based on a true story, and when I thought about space, I kind of imagined kind of like the past and spaces where we've been violated. I'm talking about like the present and what could possibly be in making worlds up. All right, word? Word. Word? Word. 9 things I really meant to say to the white boy who thought it was okay to shove his hands in my hair last night at the bar after I politely said, don't do it. Any natural hair women in here? Yeah. 1. Not sure why you haven't learned this basic concept in life already, but for your first lesson in acceptable human social behavior, don't put your hands in my hair. I do not know you. There's absolutely no reason why I should feel your grubby fingertips on my scalp ever. Don't do it, too. I get it. My hair is amazing. Yeah, I know. You've never seen anything like it. Perhaps you don't have any black friends back home who could have warned you, but don't touch a black girl's hair. Okay. I am not your chia pet. My hair is not some exotic creature. My body is not a petting zoo for your personal perusal. Pause off. 3, you just fucked up my curl pattern. Do you know how much diva curl I had to put? That stuff is not cheap. It's not. In what world is it ever acceptable to touch strangers without their admission? Is there some particular reason you felt welcome to invade my section of the bar with your neocolonialist exploration and lay your hands on my person? Stop looking like a kicked your kitten when I told you you don't have the right to grope me. 5, if you truly have questions about black hair and its care, there's this amazing, newfangled device called the internet. Look it up. 6, real talk. Why is it always white people who feel so privileged to reach right on in? Who taught you that our bodies were yours for the touching, for the taking? Who taught you that consent does not matter? I don't care how curious you are, your primitive interest in a cultural exploration of other does not trump my discomfort. 7, while we're at it, when was the last time you fondled a white woman in her hair? What makes you feel so entitled to violate my personal space? I was trying to be nice, but fuck I look like? Hottentot Venus? Sarge to Bartman? This is not some 1800s exhibition. I am not on display. Further, I don't know you like that. I'm sitting here like everybody else trying to enjoy my lemon drop martini, which I was peacefully doing before you shoved your hands deep inside my head. 9, did you forget that it's 2018? I don't owe you an explanation. My body, my hair, my space, period. Unless I explicitly give you permission. For the last time, dude, look, but don't touch, sucker. I heard, really quick announcement, that from this event, y'all have raised $500 for Black Lives Matter Los Angeles. I am a member of the BLM-LA chapter. I encourage all of you to come. Everyone is welcome except for police. And politicians. So push through. Push through. The next meeting is March 11th at 7 p.m. in Inglewood. BLM Los Angeles is the Instagram if you want more info. But that leads me to this poem where I'm thinking about kind of like future spaces. I don't know if you guys heard about Waukesha Wilson. Has anyone heard about her? That's heartbreaking. She was a black woman here in Los Angeles who was killed in police custody, or rather committed suicide. She was like our Sandra Bland, but right here in LA. And so this is a poem. Her mother didn't know that she had died, and she came to the courtroom because that was when her scheduled court date was, and she wasn't there, and she had to call and call and call, and it was like days later that they finally told her mother, on her aunt's birthday, like, your daughter is dead, and she killed herself with like a short telephone cord, which is just, the facts don't add up. And BLM went to the courtroom every Tuesday we show up to the police commission meeting to ask the police, what are you doing about state-sanctioned violence? Why are you approving these deaths? Why are you allowing them to happen? And what are you doing about it? So please join that work. This poem is Waukesha's poem. On the 1-year anniversary of yet another Black death, a Black woman is risen, and the voice of her people, she walks in our steps and lives in our movement. We say her name, Waukesha Wilson. We say her name, demanding justice now, knowing that Black death and cover-up sound the same across this country. We lift her up and make her visible. On the day of yet another Black death behind bars, on the day that yet another Black woman's murder is deemed suicide, on the day the LAPD rules themselves in conduct, we grieve and cry and then dream, because sometimes the dreaming gives us clarity of visions to work toward in the waking. And in my dreams, I pray an alternate universe exists, and somewhere in this timeline, a telephone rings, and a mother picks up and passes the phone to her grandson, who says, "Come on home, Mama," and she does. And she wishes her beloved aunt the happiest of birthdays, and she lives in this timeline. A mother does not sit by a phone and show up to a court looking for a daughter that the police will never allow to return home. Lord, let there be a universe without the cover-up, without the abuse of Black women, the murder, before the red, white, and blue light signal and flash the end of another Black life. Lord, please let there be another timeline where the police who killed Waukesha are held accountable, where the LAPD no longer terrorize our community. God damn, please let there be an alternate universe, and in it a timeline where a mother receives a phone call, and in it that phone call leads to a court date, and that court date leads to a fair process, and a mother drives her daughter back, and she goes home. And on this Resurrection Sunday, somewhere in this timeline, a mother goes home to her son, and Black joy is synonymous with a reimagined justice. And instead of prison bars and over-policed states, the community is supported and whole and healed. And on this Resurrection Sunday, we might celebrate a life that got to live to her fullest capacity. And on this timeline, the ancestors smile and say, "Well done. We'll see you in a good long while. But take your time, baby," and we do. Last poem! A poem for my girls on a Saturday night. For the Black women who save and continue to save me every day. I am so grateful for y'all. Tonight, the women gathered along the river, dedicated to care for each other, learning together in the present, theorizing a past provided by our elders, building toward a future full of affirmations. We are rising. Tonight, the Black women gathered to speak about the times, to navigate our way through and across trauma, and even still, we make light, find joy, even at the bottom of an endless stream, tears flow and water gardens. And still come with the new moon and the love of our ancestors, been doing this God work since before we even knew how to put a name to the pain. We unpack a sorrow too familiar, carrying all this baggage we let go. The weight a little easier to hold with all these brown hands, letting go, holding up, trusting each other whole. Braiding, combing, oiling, love to locks and froze, tenderness at this root. There is tenderness in these roots, and somehow we find a way to laugh and laugh and laugh. And joy is an old friend come over with a bottle of wine and her stash of curly pudding, and that new playlist chock full of Erica, Lauren, Jill, Jamila, Zainabu, that young FKA, and a reminder that we matter, are worthy and important, and most importantly, loved. We are love, we love, and somehow find hope again, home again. Don't let the hype fool you. Once upon a time, Black women lifted each other up, and we lived, honey. We thrived.